The asphalt stretched out like a black ribbon under the moonlight, endless, swallowing the headlights of my old pickup. I'd been driving for hours, the hum of the engine my only company. Trucking's a lonely gig, but you get used to it. The long hauls, the dead-of-night deliveries, the way the road seems to whisper secrets if you listen close enough. I'm good at it, always have been. Never late, never lost a load. That's why they call me for the tough runs, the ones nobody else wants. Like tonight. The delivery was to a warehouse in the middle of nowhere, some backwater town off I-90. The GPS had been acting up, flickering, spitting out static instead of directions. I didn't need it. I'd memorized the route, turn by turn, like always. My hands gripped the wheel, steady, the calluses from years of driving rough against the leather. The clock on the dash read 2:17 a.m. I was ahead of schedule. Then I saw it. A figure, just off the shoulder, standing still as a statue. At first, I thought it was a deer, maybe a hitchhiker. But something about the way it stood, too rigid, too wrong, made my foot ease off the gas. The headlights caught it for a split second as I passed. A man, maybe. Tall, lanky, wearing a long coat that fluttered like it was caught in a wind I couldn't feel. His face. I couldn't make it out. Just a blur, like my eyes refused to focus. I kept driving, my hands tighter on the wheel now. The rearview mirror showed nothing but darkness, no sign of him. Probably just tired, I thought. Long hauls mess with your head sometimes. You see things, shadows, shapes. It's the road playing tricks. But my heart was thudding, steady, like a drum in my chest. I turned up the radio, some old country song crackling through the static, trying to drown out the quiet. 10 miles later, the road was empty, the night pressing in. Then my CB radio hissed to life. I hadn't touched it. "Driver," a voice rasped, low and gravelly, like it was coming from inside my skull. I froze, my hand hovering over the receiver. "You see him?" it asked. I didn't answer. Couldn't. My throat felt like it was closing up. The voice didn't wait for a reply. "He sees you." I yanked the plug on the CB, the silence rushing back in. My eyes flicked to the mirrors, left, right, rear. Nothing. Just the road, the dark, the hum of the engine. I told myself it was a prank, some bored trucker screwing with me. But my foot pressed harder on the gas, the speedometer creeping up. The warehouse was close now, maybe 20 minutes out. I just needed to get there, drop the load, get out. Then the headlights caught something again. Same figure, same coat, standing on the shoulder. Same spot. No, not possible. I'd driven miles since then. My breath hitched, my hands slick on the wheel. I didn't slow down this time, didn't look too long. But I felt it, eyes on me, heavy, like a weight pressing down. The kind of feeling you get when you're being watched, studied, like prey. The warehouse came into view, a squat, ugly building surrounded by chain link. I pulled in, the gravel crunching under the tires, and parked near the loading dock. The place was dead quiet, no workers, no lights except a single flickering bulb above the entrance. My job was to drop the trailer and go. Simple. I climbed out, my boots hitting the ground too loud in the stillness. The air was cold, sharper than it should have been for late summer. I worked fast, unhooking the trailer, checking the locks. Every sound echoed, my breathing, the clank of metal, the faint hum of the bulb. I kept my eyes on the task, but the shadows at the edge of the lot seemed to shift, stretching longer than they should. I didn't look. Couldn't afford to. Then I heard it. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate, crunching on the gravel behind me. I stopped, my hands on the trailer hitch, my pulse hammering in my ears. The footsteps stopped too. I turned, slow, my flashlight shaking just enough to make the beam jitter. Nothing. Just the empty lot, the fence, the dark beyond. I exhaled, long and shaky, and turned back to the truck. He was there. Right there. Inches from the trailer, standing under the bulb's weak light. The coat hung off him like it was part of the shadows, his face still, wrong. Not blurred, not featureless, just off, like it didn't belong to a person. I stumbled back, my flashlight dropping, the beam spinning across the gravel. He didn't move, didn't speak. Just stood there, watching. I scrambled into the cab, slammed the door, locked it. My hands fumbled with the keys, the engine roaring to life. I didn't look back, didn't check the mirrors. I just drove, the warehouse shrinking in the distance, the road swallowing me up again. The CB stayed silent. The radio didn't crackle. But I felt it, that weight, that gaze, like it was sitting in the passenger seat. I don't take that route anymore. Don't ask me why. I just don't. The delivery got there, trailer untouched, right on time. My boss said I'm the best driver he's got. But sometimes, when I'm out on a long haul, when the night's too quiet and the road's too empty, I feel it again. That weight, that gaze. And I wonder if he's still out there, waiting, just off the shoulder, watching. It was just after 2:13 in the morning. I was driving alone. Alone on the highway. Somewhere between Colorado and California. About 7 hours left on the road. Nothing around me. No lights, no cars. Only the black, endless stretch of asphalt. The radio was off. Inside the car, it was too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you listen harder to your own breathing. I rolled down the window a little. Cold air brushed my face. For a moment, it felt like sleep was about to take me. And then, I saw her. Standing at the side of the road. Wearing white. Just standing. Not moving at all. The car slowed as I drove closer. She didn't flinch. No wave, no signal. Just standing, waiting. I passed right by. She turned and looked at me. Her eyes. It was like they were staring into my soul. I looked away fast. And pressed the accelerator down. My heart stopped beating for a second. Minutes passed. I glanced at the clock on my phone. Still 2:13. How could that be? So much time had passed already. I locked the screen. Unlocked it again. Still 2:13. Maybe the phone was broken. I ignored it. Then I saw her again. This time on the opposite side of the road. Same white dress. Same stillness. But now, she was smiling. A strange smile. Like someone had forced it onto her face. My hands tightened on the steering wheel. I told myself it was just tiredness. Just my eyes playing tricks. But my heart didn't believe me. Then she appeared a third time. Same place. Same stillness. And as I passed by, it felt like someone was breathing inside the car. I looked in the rearview mirror fast. No one was there. But the air pressure had changed. My hands were sweaty. And my face felt frozen. I checked the phone again. 2:13. Anger bubbled inside me. Why wasn't time moving? A sign appeared ahead. Exit 13, 2 miles. I thought, I'll get off here. Find a hotel. My body was tired. My mind even more so. But then, there she was again. Standing in the middle of the road. I slammed the brakes. The car jerked to a stop. And everything went silent. No engine noise. No wind. Just her. Looking straight at me. I closed my eyes. Then opened them again. She was gone. But my hands were shaking. Like I was waking up from a nightmare. But still trapped inside it. Then I noticed something. The trees on the side of the road. The same trees. The same bends. The same signs. Exit 13, 2 miles. Over and over. Then suddenly, my phone came back on. The screen was black. And a voice whispered. Right next to my ear. Just one word. Again. I whipped around. No one was there. But on the back window, there was a breath mark. Like someone had breathed inside the car. I stopped the car. Got out. The air was thick with dampness. Ahead. An old wrecked car Saturday. I walked towards it slowly. My heart was pounding. When I looked inside, what I saw blew my mind. In the driver's seat was me. Same clothes. Same jacket. My face. But eyes closed. Scratches on the skin. I stepped back. And ran. But the road changed. It wasn't a highway anymore. Just darkness. And in the air, one thing echoed. You can't leave. The night stretched endlessly. The air was thick. I was alone. But not really. I kept seeing flashes of movement at the edges of my vision. When I looked, nothing was there. My mind started playing tricks on me. Every shadow became a figure. Every rustle a whisper. I tried calling someone. My phone showed no signal. The battery was draining fast. It felt like the road was swallowing me whole. I turned the steering wheel left. then right, trying to find the exit. But it was the same loop. Exit 13, 2 miles. Exit 13, 2 miles. Exit 13, 2 miles. I stopped counting after a while. I just sat there, trying to breathe, trying to calm down. Then I saw something else. A figure sitting on the roadside. Not standing this time. Sitting. In the shadows. I squinted. Couldn't make out the face. But the posture was familiar. I thought maybe it was someone who needed help. I rolled down the window again. "Hey," I said. But no answer. Just silence. I glanced back again. The figure was gone. The silence was deafening. I decided to keep driving. But every mile felt heavier. The darkness pressed in. My eyes burned from the strain. The highway seemed endless. I passed old, faded signs. "Welcome to nowhere." Road closed ahead. None of it made sense. Then, the car radio crackled on by itself. Static filled the speakers. And then, a voice. Soft, broken, almost pleading. "Help me." I slammed the volume down. Silence again. I realized I wasn't alone on this road. Something was following me. Or maybe it was part of me. The line between reality and nightmare was fading. I had to find a way out. I spotted a small diner up ahead. A dim light flickered. I pulled in. The door creaked open. Inside, empty chairs and tables. No sign of life. Only a jukebox playing an old tune. I sat down. My hands still shaking. Suddenly, the lights flickered. The jukebox stopped. And then the lights went out. Complete darkness. For a moment, I thought I heard footsteps. Slow, deliberate, coming closer. Then, a whisper. "You can't leave." I opened my eyes. I was back in my car. On the highway. The night still dark. The road still endless. The clock still stuck at 2:13. And somewhere, far behind me, I knew she was still there. Waiting. Watching. You ever drive so far? You lose track of time. You start to question everything you thought was real. That's what happened to me. And maybe I never really left that highway. There it is. The road that never ends. The exit that's always 2 miles away. And the woman in white. Who might not be a woman at all. Sometimes, if you're driving alone on a quiet highway late at night, and you see someone standing by the road, don't stop. Don't look back. Just keep driving. Because if you do, you might never leave. That's the story. That's the highway. And sometimes, the scariest thing isn't what you see, but what you don't see. End.